Ano ba talaga ang pinaglalaban nila or pinaprotektahan nila or kino-cover up nila? Is it also the fact that since there are also allegations against them, di umano, okay, yun ba ang reason kung bakit hellbent sila na mapatanggal yung isa dahil may pronouncement na kapag ang gusto niya na vice president at tutukod lang is accountability at ipakulong yung mga responsible? Damay ba sila doon at natatakot sila na baka babalikan sila? Now, if you have done nothing, no, despite the statements of the Brave 18, yun story lang yun ng Brave 18 eh. You have the opportunity and the right to cross-examine them in the proper forum. Huwag po gamitin sa pamamaraan na ibraso dito sa pagtanggal kay BP Inday or sa pamamaraan ng pagkikipit, pananakot, no? At paggamit ng resources ng government. Because hindi po yun ang proper forum. Ang proper forum is that you have to present evidence that you are not part of it. Otherwise, if you are pushing this kind of narrative, it only shows one thing, that you are part of the cover-up. Parang yung ganun ang explanation ba at understanding ng mga tao. Yun ang hindi nila maintindihan. Kasi that's how we see it, no? Because dililihis ba? Meron pang isang senator na ayaw na ipatawag ang Brave 18 at sinasabi niya is that hindi na daw pagtuunan ng pansin ang flood control. What? Iyan nga ni ang source ng problema ng ating bansa, itong flood control. Diyan nga nagsimula ang kaguluhan. Diyan nga nagkasimula ang pagkahiwalay-hiwalay ng mga opinyon ng mga tao na yung mga dapat hindi mag-alay, for example, the Yellow and the Marcoses, nag-join force, no? So, ibig sabihin, dapat po yan ang tutukan ng pansin because that is just the tip of the iceberg.
Nagkaroon mali ng reorganisasyon dyan po sa Senado. Patunay ba yon? Tingin mo, patunay yon na mali yung kanilang unang naging reorganisasyon, attorney?
Merong nagsasabing gano'n, no? That because of this reorganization, it is tantamount to saying na, well, they are creating the right way right now, no? But definitely, nung nakuha po nila yung 13 Admar, is yun na po ang legitimate process. Tama po yun, no? Na nagbotohan sila at naging Senate President ng si Gatchalian. Tapos then reorganize yung committee. Ang tanong dyan from special session, ano yung mga actions na pinagagawa nila? Ito pong bagay na ito, valid po ba? Kasi ang dapat nating malaman is that dapat pa bang i-resolve ng Supreme Court ang kaso as to somehow give us some guidelines ba? At saka to determine at the time nung June 3 na nag-declare sila na 12 ang quorum, tama po ba yun? No? So, tama. In a sense, dun sa question mo, it is somehow parang sinasabing, okay, we recognize the fact in order to set the record state, gagawin na lang namin itong reorganization in the proper manner wherein we get 13. Okay? So, pwedeng argument po yun. And I agree with you, that could be a possible argument na gagawin.
Opo. And masyado bang delay na yung paghingi ng saklolo doon sa Korte Suprema? At sa makaraming pagkakataon ba, maglalabas pa rin sila ng paliwanag kahit na may tuturing ng moot and academic ang magiging desisyon nila, may papaliwanag pa rin ba doon kung ano yung naayon sa konstitusyon?
Yes po. There are several times and instances where in the Supreme Court, even if it's naging moot and academic na, because of a superseding event that transpired during the resolution or dependency of the case, sabi nila is that, but we have to resolve the matter in order to be used, no, as a guideline in the future. So, I would believe that the Supreme Court should do that. Why? Because ang issue kasi noong Avelino versus Cuenco na binaba nila yung quorum into constitutional denominator into 22 para nakuha ng 12 as a quorum is a very important matter to be discussed with, no? To be resolved. No? Otherwise, kung wala pong guideline na ipapataw Supreme Court, at the end of the day, pag gagamitin naman niyang argument, which as we see, na parang yan po ang ginagawa ngayon na argument nung sa kabila, yung allied, no, tsaka prosecution, na parang they're attempting to lower down the threshold. Well, matutest na naman itong issue. Magpa-file na naman ng bagong relief, no, ng action sa Supreme Court to seek that relief. Babalik-balik lang. Dapat sa akin, no, in my personal opinion, i-resolve na para magkaroon po ng guidelines na po ang Senate as well as the Senate Impeachment Court at malaman po ng publiko kung ano ba talaga ang rule, no? Strict ba talaga ang two-thirds of all the members of the Senate? Ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng members of the Senate? Kasi maraming na member lang daw. Tapos meron pa nabasa ako, napanood ako na interview ni Justice Acuna na yung doctrine of disentitlement dahil fugitive, no? Kaya pwede daw bumaba, no? But these are opinions, no? Ultimately, it should be the Supreme Court that should decide on this matter. Kaya nga, sa akin, even if possibly mag-decide po as moot and academic, the Supreme Court must still at least give a clear-cut guidelines now to the Senate so that at sa Senate Impeachment Court para hindi po tayo mawala, no? Hindi na po magkakagulo, hindi na po magkaroon ng confusion.
Opo. Pero meron din bang pagkakataon na walang explanation din yung Korte Suprema?
Yan ang problem, no? I hope they could make a resolution before the proper impeachment trial. So kung ako, if possible, dapat unsolicited advice on the part of nila Cayetano is that they should file an urgent manifestation or motion to at least resolve this issue before the coming of this impeachment trial para magkaroon na ng guidance, no? And probably establish the rules, no? Kasi kung hindi po magawa yan, and what if the Supreme Court says I need time para for oral arguments, what will happen to the impeachment proceedings? So, madi-defer ba siya? Ma-archive for the meantime or masususpend para to give way to the final interpretation of the Supreme Court on this matter. Dapat po kasi itanong. In fact, meron nga sinabi si Congressman Luis Romar na dapat maganda itong itanong sa Supreme Court kung ano ba talaga ang constitutional threshold. Ano ba talaga ang constitutional denominator? Members of the Senate, 24 po ba talaga? Ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng isang senator na na-detain or nagtatago or sinasabi nilang fugitive, ima-minus po talaga yan sila sa denominator. Dapat po maklaro po talaga yan kasi two sides, no, enforcing, no, saying na hindi because dapat fix talaga ang sinabi ng Constitution. Wala namang ibang interpretation. Kahit na anong baliktad-baliktarin mo, kahit na itanong mo ang AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, what is two-thirds of all the members of the Senate, ang sagot sa iyo is that kapag ang members of the Senate are 24 and the two-thirds which is 16. Kasi member pa man ng Senate si Jingo Estrada as well as si Bato de la Rosa.
Opo. Yung din, itong pagkaka-suspend kay Senador Jinggoy Estrada, may pahayag kasi si Gatchalian na automatic daw, pati yung kanyang pagkasenador. Mababakante ba agad yung kanyang pagiging senador? Maliban lang sa yung function lang ba niya as a senator o yung pagiging senador niya? Kumbaga, mawawala na yung Senator Jinggoy Estrada na lang kasi suspended siya ng 3 months.
No. It would not, no? He is still a member of the Senate, no? Because as we see, as you know, the only way po na matanggal siya as member of the Senate through death, resignation, expulsions, no? Doon po, no? Or a clear-cut statement from the court na is no longer a member of the Senate, no? Until such time na mangyari yan siya, member pa rin po siya ng Senate, no? So dapat counted pa rin ang kanyang as number man lang para sa constitutional denominator. While it's true that he may not function, he cannot vote, he cannot attend the impeachment proceedings, hindi siya makapag cross-examine or mag-clarificatory question, participate in the proceedings. Nevertheless, yung iba po kasi yung trabaho niya na hindi niya pwedeng gampanan at iba rin po yung number as stated in the Constitution. Kasi sinabi po hahabulin niyo talaga yung numbers ng 24 that all members of the Senate rule. So, and take note that ito pong preventive suspension is never and not a penalty. Ano po ito siya? It is a preventive measures for the purpose of preventing influence of the witnesses or yung tampering of evidence, no? Kasi kung pag ikaw magpapatuloy rin sa trabaho mo, despite na may kaso ka, it is possible daw baka mag-influence ka ng witness, mag-tamper ka ng evidence kung sakaling you are still functioning as such, no? Therefore, it is just a preventive measure. Kaya nakita mo, 90 days lang, no? And it is not, as I said, a sort of penalty para ma-remove na siya as senator. Totoo po, ma-remove ang kanyang work. At siguro hindi siya makapagtrabaho, hindi siya However, as a senator, as a sitting senator, he is still, no? And he is still part of the counting ng members of all the members of the Senate. He is still a member of the Senate.
Opo, meron namang sinabi itong si Senador Ping Lacson. Meron siyang nananawagan sa SC sa posibleng pagbabawas ng bilang ng senator judges. Nagbabala kasi siya na maaari daw mawalan ng saysay ang impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte kung siyam o higit pang senador judges ang makukulong. Ito kasi yung mga nababanggit na bilang ng posibleng makulong o makakasuhan. Binanggit ni Lacson yung kaso ni Estrada, ano pa ito? Kung 15 senador na lamang maaring bumoto at kinakailangan 16 na boto para sa conviction, maaring formalidad na lang daw yung pag-absuelto sa vice presidente. So kung matotoo man na makulong itong siyam, tama si Senador Lacson ito na parang automatic absuelto si Vice President Sara Duterte.
Well, that is the price, no, for the actions made by politically persecuting this allied of the Dutertes, no? That is true, no? Now, ang problema man kasi, the question is that, bakit kasi ginawa itong ganitong bagay, no? At bakit po pinagpapailan left and right? Bakit po pinagpimilit, no? I am saying this to the executive department kasi sila man talaga ang nagpo-push nito, no? And dyan po ang consequence, no? Now, we cannot replace the Constitution by an opinion saying na magiging formality nila ang trial because mababawasan kapag nakakulong itong lahat. Sinabi po ng Constitution yan eh. Kaya nga po, ang purpose talaga ng 1987 Constitution which was enacted after doon sa pag-topple down doon sa former dictator, it provided certain safeguards. And one of which ito. Kaya nga, para hindi magamit sa politika, itong rule is that it's okay. If that is the case, then 2/3 of all the members of the Senate. Kasi kung merong way na kung kanyari binaba ito ng ganito, so imagine that would be disadvantageous to the part of the person being politically persecuted. So, since the Constitution is there, parang sinasabing kasalanan niya na nagtutulak na ganun ang kanilang style, yung political persecution, pakulong nila left and right yung mga tao, no? So, lalo na pag-alay doon sa ini-impeach, no? So, that is yung consequence po ng mga actions nila. Now, I would like also to relate that yung ikukulong, I would always believe that hindi lang dapat yung mga dito sa political enemies. Dapat po, kasi may pending cases po yung nagtumbling. For example, si Chis Escudero in Villanueva, dapat po ituloy din yun. And kung mabawasan po sila ng numbers, dahil 13 sila, 11 sila, di maghahanap na naman sila ng another 5 para to get 16. Supposing that these 11 remaining sa part ng camp ni Gatchalian will do a block voting for conviction. Supposing lang, no? So, they need another 5. Now, suppose kung pinagkukulong nila at wala na ring iba, that's the consequences of this particular action. This is the consequences of what's happening when this administration is politically persecuting those opposing it, no?
Opo, yung House prosecutors ay gumawa pa ng AVP. Nakita mo 'yon, attorney, meron pa lakad-lakad. Meron silang yung visual presentation, no? Na talagang matapang sila. Di ko lang alam kung para saan 'yon. No, pang mind conditioning. Ang nakabasa ko kasi puro tawa kasi. So parang para saan ba ito? Papogi points. Pero kahapon, after ng nangyaring pre-trial, ano ba 'yun? Tama ba? O pre-trial.
Yes.
Pre-trial
Conference.
Oo, after ng nangyari ng pre-trial, ngaw-ngaw sila ng ngaw-ngaw na para daw hindi siniseryoso. Saglit lang. Hindi ba kayo matutuwa nyo? Halimbawa, yun kung yun ang inyo pong yun ang
Yes.
kanilang magiging pananaw doon sa kanilang magiging kalaban na parang hindi siniseryoso. Hindi ba plus points yan sa inyo? Bakit magagalit kayo at bakit parang maiinis attorney nung masasabi mo diyan?
Yeah, bakit kayo magrereklamo na if you think that the other party's evidence is weak, hindi dapat maging happy kayo. Okay, with respect doon sa kandang ABP po, well, optics yun. No? I hope lang yung paggawa ng ABP na yun, hindi pera ng taong bayan ang ginamit, ha? Dapat personal nila yon. Kasi kung ilan ang millions na naman ginastos doon, for what? For that optics na yan. Pasok na sila. Hindi po ito wedding ceremony na kailangan po natin ng ABP. This is a serious matter for a proceedings that would an impeachment proceeding to remove the second highest official in the land, no? So, after the pre-trial conference, noon nga na-notice ko, maraming press conference, nagsasalita sila, which I believe they should have that done. Bakit? Kasi pending na po ang kaso and sub judice po eh. Hindi ka dapat magsalita ng mga bagay na ganyan. Kaya nga, ang hingi ko sana sa mga impeachment court, dapat may gag order na hindi na kayo magawa ng ganyang mga comments. Okay. Now, reading that comments, if you think that it is favorable to you, bakit kayo magrereklamo? If the person is committing such mistakes, do not stop that person. O kung ang defense is that committing that mistake, pabayaan mo. You should be happy with that. But it appears, galit sila. Mayroon pang term na tunog lata, ano pa ba yun, wala dong basihan. Well, you have to remember, minsan naguguluhan ako, laron ito kay Representative Rene Ko. Sinasabi niya, tunog lata, at the same time, wala daw affirmative defense. Sometimes hindi ko maintindihan kung she understands what is affirmative defense, no? Ang affirmative defense po is actually parang admitting the offense charge, but they are saying that hypothetically admitting it should be dismissed because of certain factors, no? Lack of jurisdiction, blah blah blah. Yung affirmative defense is tantamount to motion to dismiss, no? Ang sabi dapat siguro, wala silang specific denial or specific defense, yan siguro, or negative defense, no? Yan po ang dapat na hinahanap nila. Now, whatever the defense that the defense team would do, kanila po yung prerogative. Huwag nilang pakialaman. Pakialaman po nila ang ebidensya nila, di ba? Kasi yung ebidensya po nila, ang dapat nilang harapin because ano po ang who has the burden of proof, especially the prosecution, should be the one to prove it. It should not rely on the weakness of the evidence of the defense. Rather, it should rely on the strength of their evidence in order to convict or remove an impeachable official. Yan po ang basic because if you cannot prove, no, your case even in the middle of the trial may be dismissed even by way of demurrer to evidence that the defense would no longer present their own evidence dahil in the first place, why should we? Mahina naman ang ebidensya ninyo. So I think these are optics. No, pinapangunahan naman nila yung mga tambayan in order to condition the mind, no, na ganito ang narrative, which is klaro naman na talagang hindi na sila dapat magsalita. Kaya sabi ko, natatawa nga ako you should concentrate on your evidence. Tingnan nyo kung meron ba kayong evidence. Baka natatakot kayo na you cannot prove the case. That is the reason why, ngaw-ngaw ng ngaw-ngaw, doon naman sa likod ng microphone.
Pati yung hindi pagdalo ni Vice President Sara Duterte, pinuna din nila.
Well, alam mo walang arraignment dito And in this case, particular case, in criminal cases kasi, there are 3 instances where the accused must appear in court, no? Number 1, during arraignment. Number 2, when required by the court to attend to. And number 3, when during the judgment, when the reading of the resolution or judgment of the courts will be read, no? Now, in those 3 instances, required po, no? In this particular case, since it's an impeachment proceedings, hindi po required ang presence niya. She may authorize somebody to represent, no? As long as there is representation, that is allowed. That is why the impeachment court did not require her presence kasi wala naman tong arraignment, no? In fact, during the trial, she may not even attend during the hearing, no? Why would she, no? And maybe the time that she will attend when the time that she will testify. That is her right, no? because yung pong appearance po doesn't mean anything that would change everything, no? Or mayroong purpose, no? Eh kasi nga, it doesn't mean na hindi yung tinatake in seriously. It is a prerogative allowed for the respondent impeachable official.
Oo nga po, no? Baka baliktad yung nangyayari. Baka sila yung medyo
Stressed.
alanganin yung kanilang mga mga inihain laban sa pangalawang
Yes.
pangulo attorney. Para ano na lang magtunog na malakas sila.
Yes. Minsan nga, Mar, iniisip ng mga iba na tumatawag sa akin ng mga kaibigan natin, sabi nila, bakit kaingay-ingay nila attorney? But they would like to cling on the numbers na ng allied. Because, because they are afraid really that they cannot secure conviction. Mahina talaga ang ebidensya nila. Alam mo, I have been studying and everything, no? I'm also a litigator for 27 years. So nakikita ko po kung ano po yung mga evidence, no, na marami pong butas, no? One of which yung AMLAC records, no? Pinesenta nila during that Committee of Justice hearing wherein nagtestify yung Benaventura na executive director. Tapos imagine, pinesent nila yung cash inflow and outflow na 6.7 billion daw na mag-asawa. And then, hindi nila basa yung portion wherein there is a remark, allegedly, ng BPI na nagkaroon ng glitch. Ibig sabihin, may pumasok na 2 billion, nagkamali sila kasi 2 million lang, but kaya nilabas nila 2 billion. That is 4 billion already, Admar, ha? And to take note that if you remove that from the 6.7, so 2.7 billion na lang. In-include pa 2006 na hindi pa Vice President si Inday Sara, 2006 papunta the time na ng action na yon. No? So, hindi nila ni present. Now, these AMLAC records will be part of their evidence. E di, gigil na gigil ngayon ang defense team, no? Ang mga lawyers na defense, to grill their witnesses. Kung, for example, si Benaventura, bakit hindi mo ito sinabi during the Committee of Justice hearing? Kasi hindi man ako tinanong, hindi. Di ba, it should have been mentioned to somehow correct the total amount of 6.7 billion. Mali pala yung amount na yon. Bakit hindi? Bakit sinelect lang? Yung mga things na mga ganyan, no? At tapos, kinuha pa talaga na evidence na witnesses ng defense, si Trillanes and si Madriaga. Imagine that. So, this is something that if they would try to selectively present ang prosecution, ang testimony nila Trillanes, ipipilit lang na sa ikakahon nila, dahil ginawa silang witness ngayon ng defense, ma-open na yung kahon. Anything can be asked now. And being hostile witnesses, Admar, pwede pa talagang leading questions. Direct to the point questions, no? So, yun ang mga things. No? Kaya siguro talagang naiinis yung yung iba nga, yung isa nga, nagkaroon ng period pa nga. Biga. So, aking point then, Mar, is I think really they are stressed talaga sila masyado ngayon sa kanilang pinagagawa. Poker face lang yan, tsaka yung ABP nila, optics lang yan na matibay.
Baka hindi nga umusad pa sa impeachment trial kasi meron pang pending sa Korte Suprema, attorney.
Well, yes. Of course, ang mangyayari ng COJ, lahat ng ginawa nila is mali. Ibig sabihin, yung evidence illegally obtained, no, can it be used, no, in these proceedings? Kaya maraming, tapos meron pang motion to dismiss, no, na part doon sa answer ng defense. It should be resolved first, no, kung dismissible ba. Baka nga, yung 4 na articles of impeachment, baka mabawasan pa yan, madismissan ng iba dahil hindi nga pwede prove. Doon siguro sila nagagalit because at the end of the day, ginagabitan po ng technical ng defense team. Dapat naman. Kasi ang batas natin is technical. And you are removing the second highest official of the land. Take note, Mar, I have read some decided cases, especially from the U.S. Supreme Court, no? Decision says na yung pong proceedings na impeachment, no, of an impeachable official, this should be used sparingly. Kaya nga sa Constitution natin, at least may 1-year ban, no? And it should be used only in such exceptional circumstance when it can be proven that there is really a grave abuse or what we call a very grave culpable violation of the Constitution. Kasi it is hindi po maiwasan na political po talaga. Pag ginamit po ito for political persecution, you have no other choice but to dismiss the case. Kailangan po talaga meron pong kasalanan na nagawa. And yung kasalanan po na nagawa must be construed as or defined or interpreted as so grave that it would mean a blatant violation of the Constitution, culpable violation of the Constitution. Kaya nga, yan ang threshold, yan ang guidance eh. Kung meron po tayong tinatawag na proof of beyond reasonable doubt, yan din po ang dapat bantayan nung pong maghuhusga o yung pong magde-decide sa kaso. Is it really culpable? Is it really a matter na dapat pong tanggalin itong taong ito because of that? It is not just violating a certain rules or resolution, but the question is it too much culpable na dapat ba tanggalin itong taong ito? Ganoon po yun ang ibig sabihin talaga. Kaya
Ito, kung ayaw nilang tumanggap ng pagkatalo kasi ang nasa isip nila panalo-panalo, bakit pa sumalang sa trial kung gusto pala nila panalo na sila?
Well, I do not know why they are so hell-bent to remove BP Inday Sara. I would understand the progressive groups. Kasi yan naman talagang gusto nila na mawala talaga yung mga Duterte because of the yung positive and strong support para sa NTF-ELCAC. But those others who are not members of the, ano ba talaga ang pinaglalaban nila or pinaprotektahan nila or kino-cover up nila? Is it also the fact that since there are also allegations against them, di umano, okay, yun ba ang reason kung bakit hellbent sila na mapatanggal yung isa dahil may pronouncement na kapag ang gusto niya na Vice President at tutukod lang is accountability at ipakulong yung mga responsible? Damay ba sila doon at natatakot sila na baka babalikan sila? Now, if you have done nothing, despite the statements of the Brave 18, yun story lang yun ng Brave 18 eh. You have the opportunity and the right to cross-examine them in the proper forum. Huwag po gamitin sa pamamaraan na ibraso dito sa pagtanggal kay BP Inday or sa pamamaraan ng pagkikipit, pananakot, at paggamit ng resources ng government. Because hindi po yun ang proper forum. Ang proper forum is that you have to present evidence that you are not part of it. Otherwise, if you are pushing this kind of narrative, it only shows one thing, that you are part of the cover-up. Parang yung ganun ang explanation ba at understanding ng mga tao. Yun ang hindi nila maintindihan. Kasi that's how we see it, Because dililihis ba? Meron pang isang senator na ayaw na ipatawag ang Brave 18 at sinasabi niya is that hindi na daw pagtuunan ng pansin ang flood control. What? Iyan nga ni ang source ng problema ng ating bansa, itong flood control. Diyan nga nagsimula ang kaguluhan. Diyan nga nagkasimula ang pagkahiwalay-hiwalay ng mga opinyon ng mga tao na yung mga dapat hindi mag-alay, for example, the Yellow and the Marcoses, nag-joint force, So, ibig sabihin, dapat po yan ang tutukan ng pansin because that is just the tip of the iceberg. Yan, that's how they will do it. But nevertheless, let us see what will happen.
Alin po ang mas kapani-paniwala? Dugtungan ko lang yung nabanggit niyo po tungkol dito sa comparison. Kasi sinasabi nila, dapat i-priority itong impeachment, kumpara laban dito sa flood control scandal. Pero di hamak na mas malaki ang perang pinag-uusapan natin dito sa flood control scandal kumpara sa impeachment. Maraming nagsasabi, yung flood control scandal, pantakip lang yan sa impeachment. Saan po ba yung parang mas mabigat? Yung flood control, pantakip sa impeachment o yung impeachment, pantakip sa flood control, attorney?
Alam mo, totoo lang, Mar, ang totoo niyan is that ang pinaka-primary talaga na kino-cover up dito is yung flood control. Itong impeachment is just an issue. In order that, suppose, ma-found out nga na merong flood control na issue at ma-identify yung mga tao at tapos ang uupo sa 2028 is allied din nila. Let's say, natanggal nila si BP Inday and everything, allied nila. So, absuelto sila pagdating ng panahon. Ibig sabihin, kahit na they could have been considered as liable on that particular controversy, pagdating sa 28, kapante sila because they know allied din ang mag-iimbista sa kanila. So, they really want to remove BP Inday sa equation. because they know for a fact na he is the real McCoy. Wala yan siya sasantuhin. Maging kasamahan man niya o hindi, talagang tuloy talaga yung inquiry na yan. Meron talagang mananagot. Kahit kaibigan ka pa, kahit na kaalyado ka pa.
Opo. Ngayon po, dito po sa pagbabago ng atin pong Senado po ngayon, nakikita nyo rin po ba na talagang may pagtatangka, yung nabanggit nga ni Senadora Alan Peter Cayetano na cover up itong flood control scandal. Kasi marami pa tayong mga naririnig na hindi pa nauungkat eh. Hindi pa
Yes.
naiimbitahan yung mga napapangalanan ng
Yes.
ng Brave 18, yung mismong mga staff na yung nangangasiwa sa kanila, yung nag-uutos sa kanila, o dito tayo mag-deliver, samahan nyo ako. Yung mga ganon, pati yung palitan ng text message di umano, no? Ng mga matataas na opisyal ng gobyerno, attorney.
Yes po. Ganito yan, Mar, no? Kasalanan kasi nila rin yan because sila po yung gumagawa ng speculations ba? Sila po yung ang naggagawa ng mga ganitong bagay na tuloy ang taong bayan nag-speculate tayo, siguro may cover up. Kasi bakit nila hindi ipatawag ang Brave 18? Bakit din nila busisiin? Bakit hindi napakausapin si Libiste para sa Cabral Files, si Pangandaman, si Bersamin, pati si Chavit Singson? Bakit hindi nila i-imbestigahan ito? Bakit hindi ito pukpukin? Di ba? So, and then, when you say, enough na ba yung pinailan nyo ng kaso si Jinggoy na meron nga siyang defense? How about naman yung si Villanueva at saka si Escudero? Ayaw nyo bang maungkat ulit ang mga pangalan nila? Dahil kapag maungkat is that mapo-force ang ombudsman mag-file ng kaso sa kanila. Sabi nga ni Ombudsman Remulla is hinug na. Parang they want it to set aside para hindi na mapag-usapan at dito tayo sa bagong issue. Ang problema po, mas mabigat talaga ang hatak ng flood control mess kaysa dito sa impeachment proceedings. Kasi ang tao here, kampante na kasi na hindi talaga na mapuprove ang kaso ni BP Inday. Pero pagdating sa impeachment, pagdating po sa flood control issue, hindi pa po settled ang mind ng tao. Marami pang guni-guni, marami pang tinatanong, bakit hindi nyo pinapakita itong mga pakinggan na considering na minention sila ng Brave 18 na sangkot sa mga ganitong bagay. Ang nagpupush na pakinggan ito, taong bayan, tapos itong sila Cayetano. Sila naman, na allied with the administration, they do not want this to be they did not want this to proceed and did not want this to come out. Bakit? Kaya na always ang mga tao, bakit? So what can we expect or what would we think? No? We will only think that it's a cover-up until such time that they allow an impartial investigation and listen to all this evidence. No? And they will be able to present their side of the story. Hindi po matatahimik at taong bayan. Yung galit ang frustrations nandyan pa rin. No matter what they do, hindi na nila alam kung anong gawin itong grupo ng administration because no matter what they do is that hindi po siya natatakpan. Kasi bakit? Nasa digital age na tayo ngayon. Lahat po nagkako-communicate. Tayo nga ngayon, Admar, nandiyan ka sa Makati, ako na sa Davao, nakakapag-usap tayo. Messenger lang, from one area to another, nakakapagsabi na ng mga tao. Yun ang hindi na nabantayan, na ang taong bayan mismo ang galit. At at the same time, ang taong bayan mismo supported si BP Inday para dito sa later on sa accountability nila na sisingilin sila by the time comes.
Opo. Siguro bilang panghuli na lang po, attorney, ano na lang po ang mensahe niyo sa ating mga kababayang nagmamasid?
Well, I made a post kanina, Admar. Ang tanong ko doon sa aking FB post is, am I tired? Pagod na ba ako? Kasi marami pong medyo nawalan ng pag-asa, naging helpless, nag-hopeless. Masabi ko, no, I'm not tired. Sometimes, I feel disgusted, discouraged, frustrated, but I'll never be tired. Why? Because ang kailangan po natin, ito yung isuling po natin ang paghahanap po ng katotohanan. This is not for yourself. This is not for anybody else, but it is for you, for ourselves, for our country, for our children, and future generations yet unborn. Even yung mga hindi pa pinanganak. Bakit? Ito po ang magdadala po sa linaw at sa tama, no? Kasi ipabayaan natin itong mabitawan at pabayaan natin itong ma-escape ang itong ganitong pangyayari. Tayo po ang magdurusa. Kaya nga sabi ko, tatag lang po, hang on, laban lang po tayo. Huwag po tayong tumigil. Hanapin po natin at i-push po natin na lumabas ang katotohanan at mapanagot ang mga tao.